Hey everybody, HMV here, playing some Kerbal Space Program, and I am playing the One With Everything Challenge. This was on the Twitch on a while ago, I guess Friday night. It's now Saturday, but you don't care about that. And the challenge is to make a ship that only has one of every part, and you get points for how far you go and how many parts you have on your ship. Specifically, I think it's you have to get the ship into orbit with all those parts for that to really count. Yeah, and most of this is going to be just really quick edits and cuts of my arduous process of making the ship, but I just figured I'd cut through the early part here to show you the basic idea, which is a fairly simple lander that can get to Minmus and Moon and back to Kerbin all by itself, and then the ship that has tons and tons of parts on it that can get in that ship into orbit. So I hope you enjoy the show. Okay, now for all the reaction wheels, which I'm going to leave on, even though they might destroy us. There's our reaction wheels, and a couple more radially attached thingamawhatsits. Let's see, then all these structural parts. I kind of want to take advantage of the fact that we've got all this space here. So I think I'm just going to lay these around. Radial attachment thing I can just stick somewhere. I could actually attach something to it. Can I put it up here? I can. I should probably be noting down what I have and what I don't. I don't have this one yet. We can tuck him on right there. Decouplers. I don't know which decouplers I need yet. This is a heavy part, so I think I'm going to ignore that one. Structural pylon. It's funny, these are parts I never use. I'm going to clip a little bit. I hope you don't mind. And then these adapters. Jeez, how heavy are these things? Oh, they're pretty light, so we could put some adapters in here. And then we got all these adapters. Oh, geez. How many parts do we got so far? We're at 60 parts. Okay, let's go and do this. Ram intake. I'm gonna skip all the wings. And I only need the biggest one of these. So maybe I'll do something like this. Yeah, has this thing always been like this? Like, I thought that it's like attaching like this on purpose. But okay, well, tell you what, I'll take advantage of that, and I'll stick it here. I'll put this pre-cooler under it. And I can stick something on top of it, too. This is not going to be very aerodynamic. Utility! There are a lot of tabs that I don't think about how many parts there are in the ship. Tell you what, before I go into the utility section, let's actually test the concept that this will work, which I am no longer willing to be totally assured of here. But we want the biggest fuel tank possible. We should also switch to Kerbin. The biggest fuel tank possible is right there. And then the second biggest is right there. And the third biggest is right there. And then, tell you what, let's try the quad engine, this guy. And it has enough fuel to get us into orbit. Presumably. Okay, let's add our strut. Because this thing is going to be horrifically strutted. I don't even know if we're going to be able to strut. We might need to get creative with the strut. Ideally, I would want it to go all the way down here, but that's not going to happen, because it's going to attach to that. I could possibly do something like this. Like, this is pretty secure right here, even this is. So we could strut from here down to this. I think that's fair. Already wobbly? Not a good sign. Okay, let's turn this off, and in 3, 2, 1, launch. Oh, look at those wobbles. Look at those wobbles. Why is that top thing so wobbly? Let's terminate the simulation. So you know what I need, other than a brain that is smarter than mine, Yeah, this isn't a good enough attachment. We need to get this thing all the way from the top to the bottom. So we need to find a spot. This might work here. All the way from the top to the bottom. Okay. I think that works. That's better? Better is a bit of a relative term here. Now our thrust to weight is crazy. As is our ability to control the ship. I'm actually going to throttle down. It's also a very bottom-heavy ship. It's not bad, though. Definitely had worse. Let's actually restart the simulation. I'm going to try something here. We are going to disable this top fuel tank. We'll throttle down right away, so we're just right around 1.5. I have the gravity turn mod installed, and I could, for this kind of testing, use it. I'm not going to use it for the main launch, because much like MechJeb, it's cheating. Very close to running out of fuel here. There we go. We have $1,000 in the tank still. So I don't think this whole thing's going to make it to orbit, but if I did a better launch, it would. Okay. There are definitely places we can improve. One of those places is this whole thing could be rotated so that this strut is perfectly sideways. And I don't know why I'm using this tool when I could use this tool instead. That's pretty close to perfect. Okay. Non-separating SRBs, not a bad idea. And also I could put some of these nose cones and stuff on them to free up this area. Let's keep lugging junk here. I've already got the landing legs. I don't have landing gear. So let's put some of them on here. That's fair. Probably not going to put the big landing gear on there. I'll put this one, though. This one's not too bad. Start not deployed. Why would you have that landing gear deployed? Yeah, see, these ones are getting kind of big. They're not that heavy, though. Plane parts are so crazily not heavy. Perfect. Okay, we're not bringing the lab. Parachutes. Yes, we could bring parachutes. Another big parachute. How heavy are these parachutes? Yeah, 0.2 tons. Yeah, we can live with that. I guess I could put it here, but this is already sticking out kind of far. Maybe I can put it... Let's try to get it... There we go. Perfect. Solar panels. Now, actually, solar panel, I'm going to actually splurge and put a solar panel on the actual ship here. So we have reaction wheels all the way down back to the surface. I think that is nice. We also want the deployable solar panels. Might as well... There we go. Yes, I got those. Then we got wheels. How can you forget wheels? Okay, the strut still works, which is good. Yeah, might as well. We got these things. We might as well use them. Put these solar panels in there. Put that in there. We just remember not to deploy it. That's the key to the thermal control system. And now for the big money maker when it comes to parts. The science tab. High gain antenna. This is from the asteroid mod, right? So I'm actually gonna tell you what. I'm gonna put it on. Mad Rocket Scientist, tell me if the high gain antenna counts, because technically it's a mod, but it's also technically part of the stock mod system here. Now, Our thrust to weight at Kerbin is still super high. And our delta V is still technically high enough. So let's go ahead, and we still have some structural things that I don't think I'm going to need. I was saving these, like the decouplers and stuff. I think we could just stick these on the bottom stage here. So let's go with a thumper here. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible, horrible, terrible idea. Let's go with this guy here. Whoop. Let's go with this guy here. Let's be all cool about it. Bam! Close that fairing. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, we're going fast. Okay, let's throttle down a bit. And drag is pulling us this way. Actually, it's probably the booster is pulling us this way. Okay, now we only... Yeah, see, that's too much. Too much. Okay, did I take the... I don't think I took the monoprop out of here. Nah, I can do that next time I'm back in the VAB, because I'm sure this will work. Let's go ahead and throttle it up to that much. That's pretty good, 1.5. We're tilted over a little farther than I would want to be. Oh, that is not what I expected to happen. Of all the things that I expected to run out of gas first, it was not the liquid fuel engine. Okay, we have a very low apoapsis. Okay, our apoapsis is 20 now. That's much better. Let's actually get this guy going prograde, and we're going to space. In theory. Apoapsis is almost 30 already. I'm actually going to throttle down a bit because I don't want to destroy the ship. I'm actually going to throttle it down a little bit more. What do we got left in the tank? We've only got 500, so we're still not single stage to orbit, and I'm starting to think that's not possible with this getup. The solids pretty much either have to go or have to be so toned down that they fire for like ever. I could try wings. As bad of an idea as I think they are. I could also... Well, see, my problem isn't thrust to weight, it's fuel. I could also add the biggest fuel tank. It would add more drag here, but that's okay because we want a little bit more drag. I could add the biggest fuel tank. Because I do have a fuel tank and a fuel line available to me. I haven't used the fuel line. So let's just see the efficacy of this crazy idea here. Still not enough. Well, let's just watch this go for the fun of it. Jeb is having a great time. Are we going to clear everything? That's the question. And the answer is yes. That is hilarious. It survived. You can add an engine. Oh, an engine on there. Yeah, I could. Good idea. Among the many things I need to think about. Okay, let's go ahead and right-click this. Okay. 50% is too much. 70% is looking better. Okay, 74%. The vehicle assembly. And actually, that means I could probably put a skipper on there instead. Although, seeing we're doing it anyway, let's go ahead and lower this guy down. And put some bigger fuel tanks on there. Why not? Okay, I'm ready to thrust limit this guy if I need to. And doesn't look like I need to. We have control. Ground control to Major Tom. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Let's see. Our apoapsis is already high. We need to throttle down a little bit. I'm not hitting the right controls. There we go. What are we at? We're at 4. This is fine. Yeah. I'm going to have to throttle. Oh, jeez. And we have too much thrust to weight, so I'm going to throttle down to here, and 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's a perfect amount of thrust to weight right there. I just blew my engine up. That's possibly not good. Thinking, what if we take this off and take this off and then put this back on? Okay, can still kind of control it. But, yeah, I don't have the... This guy has too much sideways thrust. I can put him on this. Which will naturally cause him to rotate inward. It'll cause him to tilt this way, which will put his thrust more in line with that. Possibly. Or I could ditch the solids altogether and just go up with rocket power. Okay, that's terrible. Huh! Okay, the important thing is being able to control this crazy craft as it rises. It almost feels like I need to thrust limit the other one down farther, if you can believe that. Do you not like how this is already getting warm? I don't know why. Things are getting warm in here. Whoa! Whoa! That happened a lot quicker than I thought it would. That happened a lot quicker than I thought it would, and it's causing issues. So yeah, and I have to be ready to kick this guy up into full gear. Yeah, see, we don't have the control authority. I could add fins, and I'm probably going to. Almost a 30-kilometer apoapsis. We've still got 1,800 in the tank. Now we're at a 30-kilometer apoapsis. I think this might actually make it to space. If it makes it to space, I might make this my ship, because this is getting crazy. Our thrust to weight is 2, so I don't really want to throttle up, and we're high enough that I don't think throttling up is going to matter that much right now anyway. We've got 800 meters per second. I don't think it's going to make orbit. I do not think this guy is going to make orbit. Disturbingly close. What do we got? We got 53 meters per second left. Let's see what we need. Yeah, I mean, you could actually say if I just flew this a little bit better. I mean, yeah, we need about twice as much delta V as we have. We can do better. And you know how we can do better? Because why not? And I think I don't want this at all. I think I don't want this at all. So we'll just put it here so we get the part count. Okay, our thrust to weight is lower than I would like it to be. It is rising though. I think we're gonna let it go like that. We could up it a little bit though, without hurting too much. I should also take the reaction or the RCS jets or RCS fuel out of the command pod here. We're at 15 grand. I'm not tilted over as much as I would want to be. I'm gonna throttle down a little bit for control. Normally, I am not a fan of throttling down during launch, but I think I'm gonna make an exception for this one. And here's where we have our troubles. Okay. I think that was smart, but it was scary. Okay. Come on, get back down. There we go. So maybe that fuel pump, that fuel line would be a good idea. Maybe it would make this guy end a lot closer to this guy. Okay, what's our delta V now? Our delta V is still 12. Yeah, this is going to be super tight again. See, the problem is we're adding fuel and an engine, but I mean, I could try to throttle up a little bit higher on the launch, up his thrust to weight a little bit, or his whatever you call it, thrust limiter. Delimit his thrust. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Okay. Revert to vehicle assembly. I'm gonna thrust limit him up a little bit more so we get less gravity losses. Okay. Let's try this again. Whoa! Like a bucking bronco. The TWR of 2. But we're hoping that we're carrying the engine anyway, so I think it's better to just punch this guy out of the lower atmosphere as quickly as possible. And we're about to lose an engine, probably the skipper. Which is okay, we're fine. We're all fine here, thanks. Yeah, we're tilted way over too far, and we've lost it. Yeah, okay, I'm going to add fins. 2 that are roughly the same. I could use 2 elevons, which is probably a good idea. But 1 elevon here, and that is elevon 1, and then another one over here. I don't know how much those are actually going to help. But they can't hurt, right? Wow, even with him thrust limited down to 0, the drag from this must be too much. Okay, so we can't pump the fuel out of that. I wonder if I could put something that would separate these guys and then run this fuel into here a little bit more manually. Okay. Whoa. What are we at? 10 grand. Okay, we're fine. We're all fine here. Thanks. $12 grand. Everything's looking fine. It's exactly the kind of launch NASA would do if they had to build a ship and their parts warehouse was only one of every part. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Whoa. I cannot get this guy down to the horizon. I need to turn him off. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, I cannot turn it. Not efficient at all. Yeah. Wow. I'm not 100% sure what went wrong there, but I think more fins is a good idea. So I need two wings that are roughly the same size, like this one, and this is way too big, right? Yeah. Tail fin? It's kind of roughly the same size. And now it's a space plane, right? I could also use these structural wings. Maybe those are a better idea. Maybe I'll put this here. Take off this delta wing and use two structural wings. Not sure how strictly necessary this is. It's obviously not going to make it any better looking. Whoa. Yeah, see, one of the problems with the rotation thing is it's rotating on its own, so which way is facing which way doesn't really matter all that much in the whole vast scheme of things. A nice 1.5 thrust to weight ratio. 12 kilometer apoapsis is still not fantastic. Got plenty of fuel in all of the tanks. Okay, 17 is looking better. He's wandering this way, which means I need to cut this engine. And we're spinning. Probably shouldn't have hit the gas at full there. We are aerodynamic this way. Oh, I never, oh, that's the problem. Let's get back to, let's turn this off. These were supposed to be off, and let's go ahead and try this rotate thing. See how well that works. Save it and launch it. 3, 2, 1, launch. Yeah, see, now I'm fighting it back up, but I don't have to go all the way across the nav ball anymore, which is nice. That means, though, that this guy is a little too strong. Yeah, but see, now it doesn't matter. Because he's flipping all over the place. We're at 5 kilometers. We are flipping all over. We're supposed to be top heavy here. There we go. Okay, let's get this guy back to the 90. Okay, our apoapsis is 13, which is crazy high. I have mostly no control. Whoa! I have no idea which engine is about to run out, but I'm terrified that when it does, everything's going to go south. Yeah, I'm actually spinning on purpose so that we mitigate our steering problems here. The main engine just ran out of fuel. The main engine just ran out of fuel. Should probably thrust limit this guy back up. Okay, what's our TWR right now? It's actually close to 1. Okay. I don't know what to do. Okay, our apoapsis is 83. I think I'm going to pump all the fuel into the center here. We're actually doing worse than we were before, mostly because I can't keep the ship under control. We have a lot of weight on this side. Oh, I was going to try something. Yeah, let's do this. Let me think how to do it. Is to put this on, like, yeah, probably take that nose cone off. Well, you know what? What's a little clipping between friends? Oh, it's not even clipping. I'll just stick that on there. Why not? And then go back to our fuel line here. Run this to here, keep this guy off. And then what that's going to do is it's going to shift the weight back this way. See, our center of mass is actually closer now to the center at all times. Nobody's thrust limited. Let's give this a shot. We are fully charged up. I'm actually going to go... Nah, let's go to full throttle. And 3, 2, 1, launch. We're back to needing to rotate it the other way, but oh well. It is a lot closer to exact, though. Yeah, see, the thing is, I have enough fuel and I have enough thrust that as long as I can keep this guy under control, I can get into orbit fairly easily. Can probably use some of him to get to Minmus. And I think I might have just solved the problem. Yeah, this is a wonky challenge. I'm really digging it. I was really expecting it to be easier than this. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting it to be far easier than this, but I'm glad it's not. I'm glad I had to put a lot more work into it. I've been doing a lot of these one-off challenges where, like, I can finish it in under an hour, and it's kind of nice to have one that I can't. Yeah, thrust weight is 2, which is probably a little bit higher than I'm willing to go right now. We're at 40. I probably want to be closer to the 10-degree mark here. Starting to get a lot of drag, but well, not drag, but atmospheric effects. It's no actual drag this high up. Just going to throttle down a bit too, because I don't want my thrust weight to get too high. We're at the point now, though, where when one of these engines burns out, I can cut the throttle and figure out what I want to do. The first engine to go is the big one, which is crazy. So probably, if we don't get an 80-kilometer apoapsis by the time the big engine runs out, I'm probably going to run everything into that big engine, and then just leave the side tanks there as side tanks. And I'll probably push it up to 85 just to be sure. There we go. Okay, now you out into him. And then probably you, yes, also out into him. No, stop. Out. There we go. Now he's the only one with fuel. This guy has no fuel, and this guy has no fuel. And our apoapsis is still over 80, so we're good. I cannot see this not being the final run here. And this will get a lot easier. Basically, the rest of this mission, the hilarious part is I don't even need to test the rest of the mission because I know what I'm doing for the rest of the mission. 74 by 86, 187. We are going to have so much fuel. That is ridiculous. We're going to get halfway to Minmus with this thing. Total number of parts, 157 parts. Single stage to orbit into space. So I've achieved everything, and I'll have to ask, oops, close the alarm and pause. I'll have to ask Mad Rocket Scientist if this counts as a space plane. I'm going to guess no. I wouldn't expect it to. I think a space plane should be able to land. I think slapping wings and control surfaces on does not a space plane make. F5? Yeah, no, I'm going to F5 when I get into orbit. Which is now. We are in orbit. And then we're going to ditch the fairing for the fun of it here. I don't know exactly what that's going to do. Oh, look at that. Gotta love it. Okay. We are 26 minutes away from our ejection burn. It's amazing how the last 60 meters per second gets you all the way out here. Oh, look, we had a moon encounter. for a second. And there we go. Good enough for me. And ideally, I'm going to come down on the sunny side, probably in this sea here. No sense making it hard. Okie doke, should be perfect. Yeah, we're not landing in the sea as I expected. We'll probably land somewhere around here. It's like we're going to need to go about 183, 26-second burn. Not a big deal. Let's aim at that maneuver node. And it looks like I was a little more brave than I should have been. Bye, Jeb. But through the magic of F9, we'll be fine. And we're also near-ish to the equator. I think we're going to put this thing down the slope. And yay, we landed. Hop on out, Jeb. You deserve it. Okay, now we are basically equatorial. So we want to take off to the 90, which is down. Which is going to be this way, I think. Yeah. Okay. Get our apoapsis to about... Why are you so crazy? Get our apoapsis up to about 10 or so. Okay. Should be just fine. Then here, we'll set up a maneuver node to get us a nice moon encounter. And that's a pretty good one, actually. We'll just keep that. And should I land at the Armstrong Monument or a arch? Looks like the Armstrong Monument is going to be in the dark for half a month, so maybe I should land at an arch. There's an arch. Let's see. Around here somewhere. The far side arch, I never remember. Oh, I could land in this canyon. Maybe I'll wait half a month for the Armstrong. Yeah, the Armstrong crater like just went into darkness though, so it's going to be like a full half month. A full half month. As opposed to a half full month. I was hoping it would be moderately easy to see in the early morning here. Was that it? No, that's just the crater wall there. This feels like the right place, like it should be like right over here. Nope, not seeing it. Oh well, we'll just land. That wasn't part of the challenge. It seriously feels like it should be like right here. Now granted, the moon, everything looks everything on the moon looks the same when you're coming down, but still. Because I mean I have the fuel to get to it. If I see it. Yeah, I am gonna have like $2,000 still in the tank when I get home. F5 for safety, very, very, very good idea there. Because I have an F5 since we got into this orbit. Probably don't need this maneuver node anymore. That's a shame about the Armstrong Monument. It's not a very efficient landing, but I don't need an efficient landing. We're in orbit mode. I was like, why are we coming down sideways? Oh, that's because the planet is rotating under us. It looks like we're already on the downslope, so we're good with that. Okay. Oh, there's our shadow. Touchdown! Yay! Okay, F5 again. Jeb gets to hop out, stretch his legs. Okay, 90 degrees is to the left. Make sure we're not going to hit anything. Let's make up be up on the nav ball. I never raised my landing gear, did I? Let's do that now, shall we? Because it totally matters. Okay, watching my apoapsis, I'll get it up to about, say, 30. I think 30 is a good number. Keep an eye out for that Armstrong Monument, because maybe we'll pass over it. I know it's right around here somewhere. This is too hilly, though. It's not here. It's even gonna be sunny. Sadly, we're not gonna land anywhere near Kerbal Space Center. Unless we aim retrograde right now and hit the gas. We got a minute of burn. Yeah, we're going 3 grand though. So this will get us down to under 2. Let's do it. This will get us down to orbital. Oh, that's a bad thing. Things you didn't expect to happen. Well, a successful mission. I need to go to the forum page and check out my score. I don't know what it should be. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna hit the shoot here. Okay, scoring. I should be writing this stuff down. Did not explode on launch pad. There's 10 points. It lift out successfully. That's 15 points. Suborbital, 30 points. Orbit, 50 points. I'm returning 1 Kerbal to Kerbin safely. That's 50 points. I returned all command pods. Yes, I did that because I only brought 1. There's 70 points. Moon flyby, did it. Moon orbit, did it. Moon landing, did it. Minmus landing, did it. Craft an SSTO, yes. Craft as a space plane, probably not. Total number of parts, 157. And that's it. And then the score is, just add all those up and then add the total number of parts in your craft. So it's a lot, we'll say. It's many. Many points. Many points were made on this day. And Jeb actually didn't land as far from Kerbal Space Center as I thought. I thought he'd be farther over this way. But yeah, we succeeded. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later.